Money in the Bank is this weekend, Saturday, June 7th, and it has been one of the most anticipated PLEs of the year. It's one that I know I have personally been looking forward to. I actually have been a big fan of Money in the Bank. Now, I've talked about in previous videos, not the biggest fan of the match having its own PLE, but overall, I love the match as is. So it's always one of my favorite PLEs to actually sit down and talk about. So in today's video, that's what we are going to be doing. We are going to be going over my predictions for what I think is going to happen at this year's Men's Money in the Bank. So guys, my name is Billy TKO. If you're new here, definitely be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into the video. So kicking things off, I want to talk about the Men's Money in the Bank match. And this match features Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. Now, all 6 of these competitors, you could make a case in some sense, could all win this Money in the Bank ladder match. And I'll kick things off with Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa has been somebody that I think has had a phenomenal run this year. Obviously, he did everything with Roman Reigns, and they had their match at the Raw on Netflix. And he's done a great job with the Bloodline overall, Bloodline 2.0, if you will. So you can always make a case that Solo Sikoa is somebody that you could have win. Another person that you could talk about is LA Knight. LA Knight is hands down one of the performers that I feel WWE has kind of missed their mark on. And if you want to get him back on track, this is obviously a perfect way to do so. LA Knight fits the mold of somebody you could see with that briefcase. And now, if you've seen on TV recently, he's been doing things that have just been getting him wins, doing anything by any means necessary, which is good when you talk about a competitor like LA Knight, because he's not necessarily the bad guy, and he's not really this great guy. He's just out there to do his job and go home, and you get the win again by any means necessary. So LA Knight is somebody that you can make a really strong case for. Another person that you can make this strong case for is Penta. Penta obviously came in, he left AEW, came over to the WWE, and you can make a very strong case that Penta fits the mold of somebody who could win this briefcase, because ultimately he's been relevant. He's done a lot of things. He was in that Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship that took place at WrestleMania this year, and he tore the house down, and he went on a magnificent run. Starting off his WWE career undefeated. So you could definitely make the case that Penta is somebody who could win that briefcase, not only because of all of those things, but also with everything that he has done when it comes to merchandise sales and just being a fan favorite. So you can make that argument for Penta. Another person that you can make that argument for is Andrade. I think Andrade really fits that mold. Andrade came in, and he's kind of been a little stagnant. Obviously, he came in, he had the feud with Carmelo Hayes, and they did some magnificent things together. And they had that best of 7 series. And other than that, he hasn't really gotten his foot off the ground. In a shocking fashion, Andrade won his qualifier match against Jacob Fatu and Carmelo Hayes, which many people thought, like, oh, Carmelo Hayes is definitely going to win this. I don't see a world where he doesn't. Well, it does look like that he is the winner there, and he is going to go on into this match, and you can make a strong argument that Andrade should be somebody who could win. Another person that you can make a strong argument for, again, all of these guys, and I'm just giving their argumentative points just so everybody is aware, is El Grande Americano. He is a very interesting character. He kind of came out of nowhere. He is Chad Gable's really good friends. In fact, so nice of Chad Gable to lend him his boots on Monday Night Raw for his match against CM Punk and AJ Styles. So Chad Gable, El Grande Americano, you can make the argument strictly based off the fact that Chad Gable, if we're talking about Chad Gable and not El Grande Americano, Chad Gable is somebody that WWE has been very high on for quite some time, and he's somebody that I know that I just love to see this guy perform. He's an outstanding performer. So you can always make the argument that somebody like Chad Gable should win this match, especially never winning a title in a singles title, that is, in the WWE. Another person that you can make this argument for is no other than Seth Rollins, his new faction. him, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman. These guys have been tearing the house down every week. Their group aesthetically is very, very pleasing. Seth Rollins with that briefcase right now would make a lot of sense. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys up front, I don't think he wins. I think that there is going to be somebody. Who that person is, we don't know. But I definitely think that there is going to be somebody that either tries to help Seth or tries to cost Seth. Who that person is, my guess would be Ricky Saints. I think he plays a big vantage point in this faction, again, whether that be helping or costing. So my guess here is that Seth Rollins will not be picking up the victory in this match. In fact, I don't want to see Seth Rollins pick up the victory in this match because he is not somebody that I need to hold the briefcase. You can get him to the world title without the briefcase. So that leads me to who do I think wins this match? My prediction, and this is my strong prediction. My strong prediction here is that LA Knight actually walks away with the briefcase. I think LA Knight is a strong number 2 for a lot of people. The reason why is because of what I said earlier. LA Knight has had footing. He's had singles titles. He's won them. But what he hasn't had is a solid opportunity. And he's worked well as we talked about earlier, as more of a face-style character. And we haven't really got to see him touch on that heel work. And I think once he touches on that heel work, which again, you can do with the briefcase, when he touches on that heel work, you're going to see, a different side of LA Knight that works in a magnificent way. And I mean absolutely magnificent. So my pick here is that LA Knight wins. You're going to see some awesome spots in this match too, by the way. Like, these spots are going to be all over the place. They are all, every time you watch Money in the Bank, it happens. The spots are impeccable. You're going to enjoy them. It's going to be a good card. So my guess here, my prediction, I'm going with LA Knight because I think he, again, is that strong number 2. And Seth Rollins, you can get to the World Championship with or without the briefcase. So I'm going LA Knight, hands down. Now, let's talk about the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And this match features Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vaquer. Now, this is a stacked women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I mean, stacked. And again, you can make this strong argument of point for all 6 of these ladies. So let's kick things off with Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss just came back. A lot of people believe that she is tied to the Wyatt Six, and she has been doing some mysterious things with Charlotte Flair on TV as of recent. People have been speculating it's because of everything that Charlotte did with the Lily doll back in 2021, which, again, you can make that strong explanation for. So Alexa Bliss is a character that I could see winning Money in the Bank, but I'll tell you, she's not my number 1. She's not my number 2, and she's not my number 3. The next person, Roxanne Perez, a person who was just called up onto the main roster, has been doing work with the Judgment Day. Yes, she's been mysteriously peeking around with Finn Balor in the Judgment Day, and it looks like we're about to see the Judgment Day implode on Monday Night Raw, which, if that is the case, I'm cool with it. Roxanne Perez came up and instantly became a factor on WWE television, which is what I wanted to see as somebody who watches NXT. Roxanne Perez played a very important role on NXT, and it looks like she's going to be doing the same thing up on the main roster in the WWE. She's been tearing the house down. She's been getting involved in some of these matches. She got involved with Raquel Rodriguez's match against Kairi Sane, She got involved in that match, and you could start to see we're starting to see cracks be created. So that one's very interesting. Roxanne Perez, another one that you can make an argument for, especially given everything that she's doing. Not my person. The next person, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is obviously somebody that has been a prominent role on Monday Night Raw. She's been involved with Io Sky for quite some time. She actually lost the World Championship to Io Sky. So she is a person that you can make a strong argument for, simply based off of the fact that she has had these things kind of bad happen to her recently. She needs to kind of get back on track, and the Money in the Bank can easily get her back on track. I would like to see Rhea Ripley win this. I would. I would be okay with it. Truth be told, I would be okay with any of these competitors winning. Here's the fact, though. That's not my winner. Okay. Let's move on. Talk about Julia. Julia is somebody who just recently came up from NXT alongside Roxanne Perez over on Monday Night Raw. She gets moved to Friday Night SmackDown. She wins her Money in the Bank qualifier match immediately. Julia, obviously, some will know the history of Julia. She's wrestled all over the world. She has been one of the most talked about talents coming into the WWE that I've ever seen, instantly making an impact, no pun intended. Julia came in, had a lot of shock factor to her, and I think that's exciting. And that could make a strong case for somebody who should win this briefcase. But again, not my pick. So, let's talk about the next. Number 5, Stephanie Vakir. Shout out Booker T. Stephanie Vakir just also got called up and instantly in her first match on Monday Night Raw, besides the match that she had against Io Sky, I believe it was. Instantly won her debut match, her official debut match on Monday Night Raw. It was in that Money in the Bank qualifier. Stephanie, WWE is very high on. I do not care what anybody says. The WWE is very high on Stephanie Vakir. And that is okay with me. I'm a big fan of Stephanie Vakir. I really am. I think she adds a lot of, again, shock factor. Again, coming up from NXT, being that new superstar. It's nice seeing all of these NXT stars. I think there's 3 that just were recently called up between Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie that are instantly getting put into this match, and they are going to bring immediate shock factor. But again, the simple thing here, that Stephanie is not my pick. She is not. So, who may my pick be? The 6th woman, Naomi. Naomi has had some of the best, if not the best, character development in all of WWE. You guys remember, Naomi was caught being the attacker of Jade Cargill, and she sat Jade Cargill out of action for quite some time. Now, you started to see ripples, of these things happening in her tag team that she had with Bianca Belair when they were the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. These women, I mean, they played it so well. And Naomi, when the official breakup happened, just instantly changed her character. She crashed out. That's the simple response of it. She became a crash out. And with her crashing out, it made her character that much better. And now, she's crazy. So, when I think of the Money in the Bank, I always think of like heels being the ones with the Money in the Bank because I think it just works better on the bad guy, right? I think that when the bad guy has the briefcase, it adds more oomph to the briefcase. I think it adds, again, that you got to watch your back because you never know what's going to happen. You know, because a lot of the times when you've seen a face with the Money in the Bank briefcase, it's always been like, hey, I'm going to cash in this night, or hey, I'm going to cash in that night. And that's not the point of the briefcase. The briefcase is the point of the briefcase, is that it can happen anywhere, anytime, any place. And when a heel holds it, it kind of offers that. So I think Naomi is a strong pick to win this women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She is somebody that I really want to see pick the victory up here. She is somebody that I can get behind. We obviously seen what she did on SmackDown where she walked up to Tiffany Stratton, just letting her know, like, hey, watch it back. You know, always got to keep it on your shoulders. So, in this match, I'm going to take Naomi. I think she is the strong pick here. And somebody that, again, I just really want to see with that briefcase, just given the dynamics of what the briefcase actually is. Okay, so I'm going to pick Naomi there. The next person the next match that we have is Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. And this is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This match is actually one of my more favorite matches that I'm actually looking forward to. If I'm being 100% honest, something that I'm behind here. This title was instantly brought gratification when Lyra Valkyria won this championship. Instant gratification. Now, gratification and prestige are two different things. And me personally, I think Lyra has also brought prestige to this championship. She is a babyface that I could fully get behind, which, again, is very hard in today's day and age because the babyfaces sometimes maybe come off just a little tad too corny. Let's just be honest. Lyra Valkyria has spoken well. She has argued well. She has gone up toe-to-toe with Becky Lynch very, very well. Now, Lyra picked up the victory at Backlash in their first meeting for this championship. I don't think she picks up the victory again here. I don't. I actually see Becky Lynch picking up the victory in this match. I think Becky, they want to put the title on. I think they want Becky to be able to walk around with that gold. And if they don't, I'm okay with it too. Because as I said in my Backlash prediction, you need to give Becky a reason to crash out more. And it's the fact that Lyra has something to hold over her head. So I'd be completely fine with either of these women winning. I think in the long term, Lyra, the story there would probably be better. And then maybe you have Becky win at Evolution. But ultimately, I think Becky wins here. Strictly based off the fact that WWE really wants that title on her. They probably want her to defend it at Evolution. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick Becky for this match here. Yeah, go ahead and give me Becky. I think, again, that's a strong argument that you can make for both women. Like the feud has been so good. It's actually been one of my favorite feuds to actually sit up, watch, and enjoy over on Monday Night Raw, again, because of how well these women just work together. So yeah, I'm gonna say Becky here. Again, would not be shocked if they just went the Lyra route. All right. So the next match is Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. This has a lot of underlining factors, and I mean a lot of them. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Cody Rhodes just recently returned at Saturday night's main event. And at Saturday night's main event, he returned during a match between Logan Paul and Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship that John Cena so rudely interrupted and attacked Jey Uso during this match. Cody came out because he has had enough. He's not having it, not flying with it. I understand. So Cody comes back ultimately to be the savior of WWE. He is indeed the quarterback. He is the guy. And alongside him is the World Heavyweight Championship, who recently has been involved in a lot of things. Jey Uso is the ultimate good guy. He is. Gunther said it on Monday. You're helping out Sammy. You're helping out Punk. You're helping out Cody. You're helping out whoever. And now you have to worry about me because him and Gunther have a match on Monday, June 9th for the World Heavyweight Champion. So Jey Uso is this ultimate good guy that, hey, everybody loves, and he is there for everybody. He's being there for Cody. But is all that going to catch up to him? Or is it going to just completely run its course, be done, and he'll move on from Cody Rhodes? I don't think that will be the case at all. Next, we have John Cena and Logan Paul. Obviously, John Cena helps Logan Paul. He comes out on Friday Night SmackDown the following Friday, and he just touts about how good Logan Paul is. A very no-good segment to me. Definitely didn't need to happen. Cody came out that same night and, called out John Cena, and they did what they did and whatever. But John Cena and Logan Paul are going to be on this team, and they're the heels, right? They're the bad guys. So, obviously, you're going to see Cody and Jey do their thing. I think you'll see John and Logan kind of work off of what they do. And there was, on that segment Friday, there was this little moment where Logan Paul, touched Cena. I forget exactly what happened. But he, pushed him a little bit, and there's just something along those lines. And John Cena, kind of, hey, bro, what are you doing? And he kind of looked at him funny. So I definitely think you're going to see some feathers ruffled here. I think Logan Paul is going to do something that that is going to make John Cena mad. I think Logan Paul is going to get under the skin of John Cena because John Cena, as badly as he wants to ruin wrestling, is still a pro wrestler. And he is going to judge Logan based on Logan's mannerisms and everything that he does in the ring. Because at the end of the day, John Cena is a 20-year veteran. So this is where I think we're going to start to see the cracks of John Cena starting to turn back into that face. And I do believe that Cody Rhodes will ultimately be the one to dethrone John Cena. But I do think it is going to take Logan Paul to ruffle those feathers a little bit to start to, again, see the cracks. You're going to start to see things in a different view from John Cena of him still being that pro wrestler that he is. Can't let up, man. He just can't. It's not in his DNA. He's a pro wrestler at the end of the day. Now, this match, I think, ultimately ends with the victory of John Cena and Logan Paul. Because again, they're not going to crack the ice just yet. But I think you're going to have to see Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso get defeated for John Cena and Logan Paul to stand tall. And again, maybe you see a potential cash-in at the end of the night. Again, you have both of these champions on the same match. Now, my speculation is that this match will main event, and then maybe we see a Roman Reigns return. You know, there's many things that WWE can do here and many things that they can offer in this segment. But I guess at the end of the day, we will see. It's going to be interesting. So my prediction here is that John Cena and Logan Paul pick up. So, guys, I would love to know your predictions down below in the comment section. If you guys are interested, feel free to drop your predictions down in the comment section below. Tonight, I will be live for WWE Evolve. If you guys would like to tune in, you are more than welcome to. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Other than that, I want to say that's all I have for you guys. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, you guys can for for as low as $1.99, you guys can become a member of this channel. You guys can get all the perks that I am now offering, which I will be talking about here soon. I know for a lot of my new members, I have handed out a phone number that is not AI generated. You guys to just simply text me yourselves. If you guys would like, you can become a member, get my phone number, and on top of that, I do exclusive content for my members. So again, if you guys want to, you're more than welcome to. But other than that, I want to say that is all I have. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, want to hear your guys' predictions. Be sure to smash the like button. And also be sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on because that all helps. Other than that, I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.